don't want to ignore it, Griffin. You don't want to ignore what I accidentally showed for a brief second. But you know what? Here it is. Here we are. We're here. We're live. And we're going to talk about stuff, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, sorry, you're gonna enjoy it.
Well, okay, you
I
don't
don't make the rules.
You don't have to enjoy it, but
No, remember we have the best opinions. Our opinions are right.
that's true. If our
We've
our
said
4 hour
this.
Marvel tier list was anything to go off of, we have
Yeah,
the most.
it is right.
Yes. But yes, welcome to the Kino Corner. But this whole podcast is to talk about new movies, trailers, and every week we pick a theme, director, actor, or just some genre to talk about briefly at the end here. Some people enjoy to suffering. They do. Yes, and welcome to the chat. There are some new names here. Yes. This week there's a lot to talk about. The topic, as you can see on the bottom right there, we're talking about Roger Corman. But before we get into that legend of a man, there's a lot of stuff that came up since our last episode. A lot of news, a lot of trailers. Let's jump right into it. We're going to start with the news that came out because it's going to kind of. I wanted to start. I want everything D23 to be kind of sandwiched in the middle. So the first bit of news I want to talk about is the John Madden movie.
Right. That was something that got announced.
I
So for one, this was the first time I actually found out that was even happening.
Yeah.
And then two, that the fucking what's the fucking asshole director was the one that was doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god. I was like, there's so much going on because apparently it is the John Madden movie is about the game.
Sort of the guy, but
yeah, the guy from the no, straight up, and apparently it's basically gonna be, I guess, in the same vein as Gran Turismo, where it's like it's not really necessarily about the game, but the game is a part of it, but that's kind of the main. It's so like it wasn't John Madden just like one of the only reason he was a thing was because I know so much about sports, was that he was a commentator, right?
yeah, he was a commentator.
That's all he was.
No, not just a commentator. He was a coach, and
he was a coach,
and I think he
Okay.
was a player. I think his big name to fame was when he was coaching. And I've only heard this the shorthand. Everyone around me is more into sports than I am. From what I understand, John Madden is actually a very well-renowned and well-respected coach because he won a lot of just Super Bowls in a row, like with just his unique coaching style, which was I think he was like the first to do it. There's a lot of big details I'm missing, but I don't know.
Was it because he made the games? His unique coaching style was he gave his players the games. It's like, all right, now do that, and they did it, and then he won every fucking game ever.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna play as the Bills. This is their playbook.
Oh,
he's a cheater.
My God, I know that's not it, but that is fucking hilarious if it was.
John Madden's a time traveler. He makes the games later in life so he can go back to.
He just knows. He has the Guinness book or the fucking Atlas from like 2003.
Yeah. So I don't mind that they're making a movie about him. I think if someone who's just generally important like that, sure, make a movie about their life, even if it's about the game, whatever. Nicolas Cage, I love the guy, but casting Nicolas Cage as John Madden, like,
all right, so you're gonna do a 32-point turn, and that's how we're gonna win. That's it. That's how he's gonna.
Oh yeah,
that's how he's gonna act in the movie, because that's gonna be my favorite part. He's not even gonna act like John Madden. He's just gonna be Nicolas Cage.
I'm sure people, and I'm looking at the chat, I'm sure people will enjoy it too. I don't think it's a question of enjoyment. I try to think like if I guess it really depends on the tone of the movie, and I need to see a trailer just to know what they're going for first. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they're trying to be serious and respectful to like everything about his legacy, like the lighthearted stuff and otherwise, Nick Cage is the wrong actor. Like, if this is going to be something like Tetris or something like that's just more of just a whatever game centric movie that's more of a comedy, sure, yeah, this could work. It's
Uh,
it's just so up in the air for me, and then in preparation for this, I'm trying to think who could I cast as John Madden if I were to make like a serious movie because I don't know much about
John
him.
Goodman.
John Goodman. Like I looked at fan casting, he's like number one on everyone's list. Another name I want to throw out there, just because. Have you ever seen the show Young Sheldon?
I've seen the younger Sheldon. No, I didn't see young Sheldon.
So the dad from that show is an actor named Lance Barber. I looked at him as like, you know what? If we were doing a younger John Madden, I don't know. He already kind of looks it.
Didn't he die?
In the show, he died, not in real life.
Oh, I'm over here like, did he really die? No.
Spoilers. No, I'm kidding.
By the way, spoilers for young Sheldon, everyone.
Oh,
Sheldon's dad died.
Dude, it's the biggest non-fucking spoiler in the fucking show because
oh my
you can watch like a clip from Big Bang Theory and know that Sheldon's dad died a long time ago. So if you watch Young Sheldon, like everyone locked in knowing this character is going to die, like at some point, and that's how they ended the show's run. I guess I don't know, but no, like I guess I'm wary of this. The casting worries me, but you're right. This could be fun. Let's see where they're going. I guess
I'll roll with it, dude.
Yeah.
Films are films these days. You know, I'm just here for it.
Films are films.
Films are films. You can quote me on that. Kino 9000, 2024.
Well, I think
films are films.
I think after that there was just I was on to episode before. Oh. Oh. Yes. Now there was a lot of stuff at D23. A lot of news, trailers. I guess let's start with the news first. We got certain things about Eyes of Wakanda, about letting them know that it's going to be an animated show. So I just, it's my most important question.
Hey, Griffin, when is Eyes of Wakanda coming out?
Yes, I made this a slide. Yes, I took time to do this. I don't care, Griffin. You were warned last episode. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, bro, I just want to know, like, what is Eyes of Wakanda coming out? I just really want to know when Eyes of Wakanda is coming out. Is that out yet?
Oh, fucking hell. I'm so sorry. We have to keep the bit going.
It's low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit, and with everything
not Wakanda.
Yeah, damn. Realistically, we did learn a bit about Eyes of Wakanda. It's going to be animated, which I actually didn't know. I'm sure that was probably out and about. But the fact that it was animated, if it's the same people who are doing things like What If, then kick ass.
I'd be okay with either that or the X-Men 97.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's good. The Marvel Zombies is not going to be a full series. It's going to be like a 4-episode like event kind of thing, which I am okay with. Always what it kind of felt like in the grand scheme of things. But not much in the ways of Marvel stuff that we didn't already know came out. Like there was that whole everything beforehand. So, but to move on to other things, why is Steam randomly opening up?
You want to play video games?
I do.
I know we have a podcast to do, but you want to play video games.
I do want to play video games, but that's a stream for a later date. We have Avatar: Fire and Ash that announced, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see Way of Water, but
you're not missing much, dude. Like it's the same movie.
Look.
I watched it on an airplane.
Okay,
If that gives you an idea, I finally watched it on airplane. I was like, God, I'm just watching the first one just with better graphics.
so I like the first one, but I will relentlessly dog on it for being called The Wild in Space.
I was gonna say it's just Pocahontas. I
Yeah.
mean, like I don't like being that guy to be all like, oh, it's overrated, blah blah. Because I mean, visually, it's a fucking treat. That is one of the few movies I tell people like if it ever re-releases, I'm going like please go watch it in 3D. That movie looks so good in 3D.
Oh, it's another multiverse.
But but like otherwise, like Avatar is so very okay that I'm surprised that like it made the money it did.
I think people just were looking at the spectacle, and Way of Water was more of the same. To me, the why I wanted to bring it up, and what makes me kind of happy, and for the people who are excited for this, is that the sequel was even announced as early as it was comparatively. Because it wasn't like a decade between the first and second one, and here we are like a year after Way of Water, and just like fire and ash. Like,
and because James Cameron is just like really bad about. He's really particular on how his movies are done, so it's just I don't know. I think he's a jackass, but I also can't believe he's made some of the best movies ever. So I can't be mad at him because I mean,
yes,
he's right.
Yes,
like you know, it's like I mean, I say he's right, but I'm like, you know, I think he's not really a perfectionist, but
no, he is. He's
oh, okay, no, you're right, he is because I saw the fucking 4K restoration of the movies he's been coming out with, and because he hates the film grain on there, he's like used AI upscaling to make it look worse. Because he just doesn't want that. But yeah, no, he's very much perfectionist, and that's also his downside too. Is that's why we're not. It takes so long for these movies to come out between each other.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend the guy has to come out with good movies. Like I said, I do like the first Avatar. It's like the slide I just did to you, Griffin. Making fun of the first Avatar movie is low hanging fruit. I can't not, and I also think it's just.
I will make fun of the funny blue people that sex each other with their tails, and you're gonna enjoy my jokes.
Yeah, and I do also think it's a legitimate criticism of the film that a lot of its story beats are Call of the Wild or / Pocahontas. It's kind of I wish they did something more unique, but I don't.
The Pocahontas.
Call of the Pocahontas. But yeah, even with that, Fire and Ash, great that it's coming out. Zootopia 2. Like there's a lot of sequels. Before we get to those, there were notable ones that I think get a pass because Kitty and I are both in kind of the same boat. I want to give Zootopia 2 a pass because Zootopia was a good movie, and if they were going to expand on any of these worlds, yeah, like this one. Apparently we're gonna get like the reptiles and some other stuff, and I was like, oh, that's great. Still haven't seen the first Zootopia. You should. It is a wonderful movie. It deserves all the praise it gets.
It does. It's a good time. It's just a really cute movie. And it's kind of annoying because nowadays a lot of people like to rag on it because it's like, oh, it's just a allegory for racism and blah 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 and try to put it down, and it's just like but it's done well. I don't care.
Right.
I like it. Like it's cute. It's fun. It's a good time. And I like the twist in the movie. So like, who gives a fuck? Is people that just hate anything Disney related without like giving any kind of good criticism for it.
Animal people tap. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They keep happening. They keep doing that internet thing where their opinion's right except for ours, which is bullshit because ours is the best opinion, which is why you should go watch it.
Subscribe on YouTube today, and also subscribe to Kittyman 9000. By the way, like I forgot you had a YouTube. I feel bad about that, so I'm going to start putting your YouTube and Twitch in the description.
Oh, I appreciate it. I just say a bunch of racist stuff.
Fuck yeah!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Zootopia. There's not much. Zootopia 2 looks. I'm happy to announce. All we got was really the poster here, which we did get the casting. The actor, if I recall, the snake is. Remember the dude from Loki season 2, the little desk dude, the Asian dude.
Yes,
he's the snake. Which cool, like
badass.
Yeah, good actor.
Like Kevin Let me look it up. Ki Hui Kwan or something like that.
Yeah, I forget his name, but like as soon as I saw the portrait of the guy
How do I
playing the
say
snake,
that?
I was like, oh, that dude.
Love that guy.
I'm gonna cancel you on the Burb app. I have the big following. No, Kitty, you're gonna get canceled on the Burb app.
Oh no, not the Bird app. I am canceling you on the Bird app. I have a big following.
Oh no.
Everyone cancel this man. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm about it.
Now, too many D23 sequels. Is there too many?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all sequels. I don't think there was a single original thing unless it was Pixar.
No, Pixar had original things. And even their original things, I'm just kind of, well, it looks good, but we'll get to those when we get to talk about those in later slides and trailers. I want to be excited for some of these sequels, but I just can't. Incredibles 3.
I mean, because like Incredibles 2 was so, God, if you want to talk about disappointing sequels, that was one for me. Like it was almost there. It almost had the good shit. It was almost goated with the sauce, but it just didn't hit it correctly. It's just, I don't know. Because Incredibles is like my favorite Pixar movie.
Oh yeah,
I'll be honest. Like that is like my favorite one. And I had those high expectations going into it. You know, Brad Bird, the director, was like, hey, I only want to do a sequel if I know it's going to be worth it and it's done right. And I was like, well, you burned me, Mr. Bird. I'm sorry. It should have been good, but it wasn't. It was just so okay. And it's unforgettable. And that's why it sucks. Because I'd rather have something entertaining than something okay.
Yeah, it's not that the movie was bad. The movie, if you take it on its own, was just kind of okay. The problem is you have a kind of okay movie after one of, if not the best Pixar movie, and that it just hurts to have that disconnect, right?
Yeah.
So I've only seen clips of it, and there's things that I immediately from the clips I see I kind of don't get that are probably explained in the movie. Apparently Helen is surprised Jack has powers, and all I can think is, wait, did you how do you not know that?
Wasn't it immediately after all that though, and that's why
maybe
that was kind of a little bit of a surprise? Wait, so you haven't watched it yet?
No.
Should we fix that?
We should. I do have Disney Plus. I could fix that easily.
You should.
Yeah. The movies, aside from other movies we were watching in theaters and stuff I was doing on Saturday, my preparation for the movie for this was other things. But we'll get to Roger Corman later. But other sequels, Frozen 3. I am so sick of that series.
I'm not surprised it happened. I'm very apathetic to it.
Same.
I will say I actually did unironically enjoy Frozen 2 way more than the first one.
Really?
Did you see Frozen 2?
So Frozen 2 I didn't watch, but that one was intentional. And I like Frozen for what it is. It's not a movie for me, but I acknowledge it's a good movie.
Because we don't have kids.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to watch it every day for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, okay, I only have to watch this once. Yeah, it was a fun time. Called it a day.
So you didn't have to watch it, but when I used to work for a school district. I worked with somebody who, whenever we were testing televisions, projectors, we had to play something on the speaker systems or whatever. We knew we couldn't play certain things because it's a school. And I get that. The movie called into cold, but every single time for 2-3 years straight, he would default to Let It Go, and that song just puts me in fucking fight or flight mode, and every time I hear it, I want to pull out a fucking knife.
Is that why you couldn't get through that part in Kingdom Hearts 4? 3?
Yeah, kinda.
I was joking. I actually didn't know if you even got through it or not. But that just makes it better.
rushed through it. I rushed through it like, okay, the Frozen area I rushed through. Every other world, I just took my time, and I'm glad I did. I to sidetrack a little bit. Kingdom Hearts 3, I understand what its flaws, but I will defend it. Like this, like the Pirates world and the Monsters Inc. and the Story worlds, especially. I like lost so much time just exploring and interacting with those worlds. It's like that's the goal of those games to me. So
Yeah.
soft pass. But no,
Okay.
that Frozen
Fair enough.
world hurts. Like it's weird. They didn't even follow the story of Frozen. It was okay. No, I don't want to sidetrack too much.
Yeah, we don't want to get a little sidetracked, but
This is not a game podcast.
yeah, but I guess going back to the movie, like it doesn't surprise me that the third one got announced, and it doesn't surprise me that they even said that a fourth one, they soft confirmed that a fourth one's happening too. So
right. There's one that nobody asked for that got me a little bit excuse me. Got me a little bit salty. Freaky Friday 2, Freakier Friday, because who asked for that?
until they make a Freakier Friday.
I'll be honest. I was a bit salty when I saw that news because, for that live action One Piece, there was a lot of hype to get Jamie Lee Curtis as Dr. Kuroha, which a role that she would have only had to be there for like, depending on how they filmed it, 1 or 2 episodes, and then maybe cameoing in future seasons for like a scene, maybe. And she couldn't do it because of schedule conflicts. Fans were bummed out. They moved on. And we saw that she was at Borderlands. And probably, okay, well, no, Borderlands already done filming. And then we see, oh, she's doing Freaky Friday. I'm like, this better not be what you canceled One Piece. This better fucking not. There's probably a lot more to it. Jamie Lee Curtis is not stupid. But I'm a salty little fanboy, and I want to see her as Dr. Kuroha. All of that.
No, that's fair. I mean, but like again, yeah, you're right. It's like we don't know whether or not it was because it was that movie or not. But I'm sure we'll find out afterwards for sure.
Oh yeah.
After everything's out and all that, because I mean, she also doesn't keep her mouth shut either about stuff. So
yeah,
she's only because she's very honest.
Yeah, that is true. That could be part of it as well. There's other actresses that could play certain roles. I'll refrain from talking too much about One Piece. That's a rabbit hole for me, and we don't have any news about the One Piece. They're being very tight-lipped about it in the spirit of its creator Oda, which is fantastic. But
Yeah.
Toy Story 5, how you feel about Frozen 3 is how I feel about Toy Story 5. I am not surprised they're doing it, but I wish they kind of surprised. But
My thing with the Toy Story 5 thing happening is like Toy Story 3 should have been the ending. Toy Story 4, I gave it a pass because it was actually really good. But I was like, all right, but I'll keep my eye on you, Disney. You better fucking watch it. And then like Toy Story 5, I'm like, all right, you motherfuckers, come on. Because now you know they're out of ideas because instead of it be I think if they weren't fucking around with the story of Toy Story 5, it wouldn't be about them dealing with electronics. It would have been them about fighting off anime figurines on a weeb's desk or something like that.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts already made Woody a fucking emo pretty boy slayer. Like, did you see that fucking scene where he's just shit talks?
Oh yeah, where he puts his hand out to the main character and he's like basically just tells off the fucking dude and all that. Yeah, fucking love that scene. It's so funny.
Yeah, fuck you, Shona. I'm Tim Allen. That's what that scene was about.
I'm Tom Hanks's brother, who they get to do voices because I sound very close to him, but you don't cost as much.
Oh fuck! That's
I don't know if you knew that, by the way. It is his
God,
like
why did I
younger
say
brother.
Tim Allen? Oh fuck! Yeah, first time viewers. I do that a lot. I don't even know why. My brain just.
To be fair, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are very. I would do the same thing. It's not you.
No, it is me. I've made it. Dude, I called Kamala Khan Kamala Harris last time.
Kamala Khan. Oh, that's right. Oh, they're similar names. Like, it's okay.
I know.
It's Jim Hanks. Jim Hanks is
Jim Hanks is the brother. Let's
he's the brother. He's basically always doing the.
I'll just end up calling him Jim Henson.
Right? They're like, fucking damn it.
I hear Jim. No, there's a few sequels, but there's other news. The sequels are kind of torn on. Pixar announced a series based off Inside Out called Dream Production. I am actually interested in this. I really liked Inside Out. I did like Inside Out too. I'm trying to gauge if I liked it more or about the same, a little less as in the first one.
I think I did. I think I liked it more than the first one.
Yeah.
Because I went in there with very little expectation.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very good movie. I have very minor nitpicks. Like it's still one of the better Pixar movies for sure. And Inside Out and Zootopia are like the big reasons I think we should drop Toy Story, because the current generation of kids and teens, they have their own movies to watch. I really don't think it is any stretch to say that what Inside Out is to the current generation is what Toy Story was to us.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like Toy Story had its time to shine. It will always be there on Disney Plus. It is fine to always look back on it. Like, so I don't want that for Inside Out. I don't want to 10, 12 years from now to be like Inside Out 4, Riley's got menopause or some shit.
Jesus.
Because
it's such a natural progression to have.
Yeah.
For those kinds of movies, sequels would make sense, and you can actually build upon that in a way that makes sense, and that's why it was okay, this works really well.
Yeah.
But you're right. When does this start getting awkward?
Yeah, they're gonna have to find that line, and let's be honest with Disney's not the best at that.
No, absolutely not. They're willing to let you die because you had Disney Plus, but yeah.
God. Oh, something strong on that. But no, Dream Productions, I think if they were going to do a show based off Inside Out, this is a great little series of shorts they could do just about Riley's dreams, treat it like a little theater show. It could be a lot of fun. I'm interested in seeing it. Outside in, what's inside the emotion? Oh my god. Oh my god, we're going too deep.
We'll go very deep.
Oh shit. Let's see. Live action Lilo and Stitch. I have thoughts.
He's a racist.
What?
Dude, he says the N-word in his reveal.
Oh shit, you're right. No.
So, we gotta cancel him too now. And he looks like shit. Jokes aside, he looks so bad.
Oh, okay, so I've heard opposite. Okay, but
I think he looks awful.
I'm kind of in a middle ground because I know people who say he looks fantastic. I know heard people say he looks like shit. Here's what I think. I think design, he looks like what he's supposed to look like. As far as just the silhouette and the big detail. Where it loses me is the small detail.
They went overly realistic with it, and it's just there's no
make
they put
him
out better
alien.
looking characters is the thing, and they're that's supposed to be passable. I hope it's just it's still we're still fine tuning it.
I think that is the reveal. They might do color correcting, which if they do color correcting and make it a more a deeper blue, something more vibrant, I think that would fix a lot.
Yeah. And I'm usually not very critical of stuff like this, but seeing it popped out, I was just oh god.
So
I just think it looks bad. I don't know. I can't put my fingers on it. It just doesn't look good.
I think it's a color thing. To me, it doesn't look bad, but it looks like what it's supposed to look like. So I can't get hyped for this. It looks like what I would expect Disney to make a live action Stitch, and that's the problem. I want to be excited for these movies that come out, but Lilo and Stitch, I'm going to be honest, I don't. I
That didn't
was
need to happen.
the live action Lilo and Stitch is one that I am still not convinced needs. So it now relies, and this doesn't change my view in either direction. It's like, okay, Stitch looks like how he's supposed to look. Kudos to when they did the announcement. They harkened back to when they were doing all the marketing for Lilo and Stitch back in the early '90s, 2000s, about basically all the chaos and just how he basically hacked D23 leading up to that. Great touch for the marketing.
Yeah.
Kudos for that.
Yeah.
But until I see a trailer, until I see the movie, you're not going to sway me in either direction. I am not going to be hyped for this based off of this. Like, I don't know if this is a good idea. So, Disney, I need you to show me why this is a good idea. And I'll be honest, I'll defend some of their live action things recently. I don't think Aladdin was that bad, but they don't have a good track record.
I think really is just my thing is just like the unnecessity
Yes.
of it, because that's a real word. I just made it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so unnecessary. It's just so unnecessary. I don't know. It's just like the whole point. I'm one of those people that's just like, look, animation on its own as a medium is great. You can do things with it that live action can't do. You are doing, for the most part, I would argue you're always doing a disservice no matter what you do if you try to translate something into live action when it was just fine to begin with. But I get why they do it, and it sucks because the general populace still looks down on animation the way they do because it's not taken seriously as a medium.
And here's a point I heard from a reviewer, and I agree with wholeheartedly. This is going to come up again when we talk about a later trailer. But if you're going to remake something in live action, the more CG you use, the less of a point it was to make it live action in the first.
Yeah, because you're still having to create something from nothing.
Right. Like, did we need, like, what was stopping them from doing, like, a CG animated Lilo and Stitch? And just outright saying, we're doing a CG animation to make him look better.
Mm-hmm.
I could get more behind that, honestly. And if that's what they were doing and this was the reveal and I knew everything was going to be CG around that, I'd be a little more hyped. A little bit. But knowing that it's live action and, like, we're going to Roger Rabbit this shit, like, I don't know. You still got to convince me. Show me how this interacts with the world, and then I'll give my accurate. I'm kind of in between you and Griffin. Griffin looks good. You think he looks bad. I think he looks fine. There's some details that I'm not the biggest fan of, but they got the design. I could look at this thing and go, that's Stitch. I'm just kind of around the middle.
Guess we'll see whenever Foley comes out. Because I could always be swayed the other way too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is just a big. But for surprising news, but I'm still hyped. Tron Ares, like a tornado. I see him, Rexy. Yes, exactly. Rexy, but yeah, Tron Ares. I'm glad they're making another Tron movie. I like the previous Tron movies. I think they're fine for what they are. I was surprised about the musical choice, but it can totally work.
I'm so fucking okay with it only because Nine Inch Nails has been doing music for movies for so long.
Yeah.
On top of it, I'm a huge fucking Nine Inch Nails fan. That's like one of my favorite bands of all time.
I think it just caught me off guard just because, like, all right, we're making a movie about Tron. Let that stuff inside of a computer. What's the music soundtrack? Nine Inch Nails. Okay. just
right. It's just like, dude, are we gonna like? Because he can eat. If they let him cook with this movie, I'm gonna be all for it. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, the potential's there.
Like, I guess because it's one of those things where it's like, how do you go beyond Daft Punk? That was such a huge reason why I think Tron Legacy did so well. I think that's why it worked so well.
Oh yeah,
was because their music fucked so hard. That was my hyperfixation for like months.
Have you watched the movie recently?
After that movie? No, I have not. No, I lied. I did watch it fairly recently, back in April. I don't know why. I only remember that because we watched it during the eclipse.
So, music aside, if you ignore the music, the movie isn't bad, but like just like the writing, the acting, everything, it's it's pretty good, but the
It's
music,
fine. I think it's fine for what it is.
yeah, the music by itself, but
the music,
with the
the music
music,
elevates it.
yeah, like it shows up. Daft Punk showed how much a good soundtrack can elevate a movie. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
And I think they realize they need a lot of elevation because I really am not a fan of what's his name being in Tron Ares, fucking 30 Seconds to Mars, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. I want much like Lilo and Stitch though. Show me a
Jared
trailer.
Leto.
Jared Leto,
Fucking Jared Leto. Hate Jared Leto.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like it's like just like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
I want to see. Give me a sample of what to expect. I'm a little more optimistic about this one, but more than anything, I'm curious. Like, and a teaser should leave you at least curious. I think that's a sign of a good teaser. And all we really got was this Tron Ares.
I felt teased. I felt my butthole tickled a little bit.
I felt a little bit of a tickle. Yes.
I felt that. I felt a little bit of a bringing in my foreskin.
Here's an announcement: The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Dude, when is he gonna become adult Grogu?
It's the working.
When does Grogu turn into Yoda?
It's the
Is this movie gonna explain it?
Grogu goes through puberty. I want to see Grogu covered in zits and tell Mando, "You're not my real mom."
Yeah, and he fucking forces off.
Oh God! I want to say you're ruining Star Wars, but well.
Am I? I don't own it. I didn't spend a couple $1 billion to fuck up a whole trilogy. I didn't do it. No.
The notion of jerking
I know
off with
this
the
was
is just something I would expect. But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I know the trailer wasn't officially shown off. I know it was one of those things that someone leaked. I haven't watched it yet, I'm gonna be honest, because I haven't been really all that excited for Star Wars in a long time. Mostly due to Disney oversaturating it, if I'm being honest. I still need to actually watch Mandalorian season 4, and I gave up watching Boba Fett because I was not impressed with it. I think I got like 3 episodes in. I was like, I don't care.
Go away, I'm forcing off over here, Dad.
Go away, Dad. I'm forcing. I'm gonna force.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna midi-chlorian.
God. There were 2 Star Wars things this D23 that I'm a little. I'm willing to check them out. One is Mandalorian Grogu. I like the Mandalorian. I like it when Star Wars does new stuff outside of the Skywalker trilogy, or however fucking many movies there are now. I want there to be other focused stories. So I like everything with the Mandalorian. The other is going to end up being the first trailer we talk about, and yeah, that's probably a good enough segue as I could ever think of to talk about the trailers. But the first one is Star Wars Goonies. I mean, Skeleton Crew. Have you seen that?
I didn't watch that one either. So what is that about?
Like Star Wars Goonies or Flight of the Navigator is like the closest approximation. Basically,
Flight of the Goonies?
Flight of the Goonies. No, yeah. Basically, there's these kids that are obviously in the Star Wars just universe. They come across, they're like doing their normal what kids do and explore the wilderness. They come across like this hatch, and it was like, clearly it's a lost Jedi temple. Let's explore. As kids do with their imagination. But it turns out it's not a Jedi temple. It's actually a crashed derelict ship. And they end up basically, this crew meets up with this android, which I think is the android. And at least it's the same model as the one from Rogue One.
Rogue One, the KS 203 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same robot or
is that the one?
Yeah, it's either the same model or the same robot, one of the two. And
probably the same model.
And the story is basically these kids who basically lived an ignorant life just on a suburban planet living in peace are now suddenly thrust into just the horrors about like pirates and rebels and all this shit in Star Wars and have to find their way back home. And it plays like Goonies or Flight of the Navigator, like those 80s, 90s kids movies. And I'm kind of here for it.
Okay, I'll be there.
Like I said,
I'll give it a try.
Like, if they try new stuff, like we've spent decades establishing what the Star Wars universe is, so let's branch out a bit, try something new. Uh, oh, the chair is reserved for who I want to meet reserved. So, to briefly touch on that, since you asked, every once in a while we like to have guests, mostly our friends, someone else we want to talk to about whatever topic. So, and the chair is reserved for whoever our guest is at the time. Most of the
Or
time.
some poor sap that bought tickets between us.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually I buy it. Sometimes I forget. Yeah. Yeah. Or Skeleton Crew. Watch the trailer if you haven't. Like, it looks fine. It gave me big just Fly the Navigator vibes. Like everyone is saying Star Wars Goonies.
Yeah,
but...
I did mean to watch that trailer. I'll still want to enjoy Star Wars related stuff. I just haven't been able to.
Like I said, if you do want to enjoy Star Wars, check out this trailer. Like this gives me hope that like if we're gonna not do Star Wars, not do Skywalker stuff, and just focus on like the expanded shit and do this kind of stuff, maybe we can go forward.
Skywalker.
Front row seat, bad idea. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got an actual trailer for Moana 2. I chose the picture I did because I want to know. There's this dude lingering in all of the fucking photos I searched for Moana 2. This old dude that looks grumpy as fuck with just the saggiest old man tits. And this is going to be apparently a main character. And every time I see the picture, it's like, he was not in the trailer. What's his deal?
I guess he's there. I don't know. You're right, because I did notice him too, that he's just kind of like hanging out in the back and all that stuff. I was like, that's a gentleman.
He's forcing off in the back. That's what he's doing.
He's forcing off. That's what he's doing. He's forcing off. Hey, I'm forcing off.
I'll show you.
Go away! I'm forcing off.
Moana, I'll show you the way of water.
Yeah, Fire and Ash. Wrong Disney.
Wrong Disney.
My bad.
No, but Moana is another sequel that I welcome. Like, sequels are not inherently bad. It's just about what you give a sequel to. I will give Moana 2 a pass because I really like Moana. I think this could be very fun.
Mona.
I didn't make a slide for it, but as much as I'll give Moana 2 a pass, Moana live action. Can we just put
So did they confirm that like they're gonna do a live action, or is that like that was just them talking?
It's wishy-washy right now. I don't know if it's confirmed. I hope it's not. It'd make no sense because they're making Moana 2. But I don't know.
We'll make a Moana 2, and then we're gonna make the live action remake to confuse you further. And also, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is still in it.
And then we're gonna do live action Moana 2 when we do Moana 3.
Yeah.
Help! I'm being messaged about pony fallout lore against my will. I will soon perish. Oh no.
I soon to perish. I soon to perish. Sorry, that's what it reminds me of.
Moana 2, I mean, it looks good. I mean, it feels like a natural progression. It feels very Polynesian. Now, no, just the idea of just venturing off to new lands, exploring all the islands outside of just the few we saw, and going on a new adventure, a new villain. Like,
didn't they show off the new villain recently?
Briefly. We didn't get a clear look, but we got a brief look at it, and well, yeah. Moana's like mythological gods and characters all look pretty dope. So, and to me, that's just adding to me wanting to watch this movie. Also,
about it.
Also, yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I hope he gets his boat snack. Boat snack.
He better. He deserves it. Especially after making me watch Black Adam.
Yeah.
That was a film.
On what I'm less upset about by a lot, but I'm still kind of meh on
Oh, I hated watching this when I watched Alien Romulus today, dude.
The trailer for
We all just kind of like
Mufasa.
looked at it. We were just like, what the fuck? And everyone's like, oh, yes, the live action remake. I'm like, no, it's all CG. It's not a live action remake. It is a realistic CG prequel to Mufasa.
So I also heard a review point this out as well. Like, are we just gonna? Is Disney just dialing on the whole Kimba the White Lion thing at this point? Are they just taunting him at this point with the fact that there's white lions in this?
I feel like I feel like they are. Like, I mean, it's like, yeah.
And
like, you know, they're gonna fucking flaunt it and be like, yeah, totally, yeah, Lion King's absolutely rip off of this. We don't give a fuck. We are the ones who's Disney.
no, like this movie, I'm much less upset about it because this is at least a new idea. Where this movie loses me though is actually these two characters are supposed to be Mufasa and Scar. Mufasa, I'll buy. This character sounds nothing like Scar. I don't hear this voice and hear, oh yeah, this character is going to become Scar. I hear you nasty little nerd boy. There is such a disconnect between what these characters are supposed to be. I guess I kind of hope that's addressed, but the voice acting is just, it's not hitting it for me. I don't know about you, but that's my major complaint about the Mufasa
I just
trailer.
fucking hate all of these. That's just my thing. Like, it's not even like, oh, I don't like it maybe I should be more positive and be like, oh, you know, I don't like, you know, this kind of thing or this kind of thing. I'm just like, I think these are fucking no point in having these even being, words are hard. There's no point in these things fucking existing. And it's purely doing it just to say, oh, we're going to do the bare minimum of original ideas, but we're still going to stick to our guns and make these fucking stupid CGI remake bullshit anyways.
Yeah. And
it's just the assassination of creative anything.
Yeah. And it makes it worse because when Disney does make a new idea, think like Encanto, like they're good movies.
Yeah.
Is Disney doing Encanto? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did the animated
Who did Coco?
stuff.
Like, who did...
And like, did you watch Wish?
I have not, and I have only heard bad things.
And they'd be right. That's all I'm going to say on that, because it's literally one of those things where it's like they could have done something original. They just don't want to. They don't want to, because you're going to fucking... Parents are going to go take their annoying little children to go see these anyways.
Yep.
It's going to make billions of dollars like they always do. They just need to put the littlest a bit of effort they can into these, and your butt's going to be in the seat. And that's why it just kind of irritates me, because there was a time Disney was the like pioneer of creative and fun things that were fairly original, even if they did take from things like, you know, maybe it was based off something or not, but regardless, it was still a good time and it was fun. And it really made your imagination go wild. Now it's just like, nostalgia is what gets us money. So we're just going to do the bare minimum, put no effort into it, and you're going to like it. And that's just kind of how it's been. And it's like, maybe that is a very negative and nihilistic way of looking at how their track record's been, but it's really it. In my opinion.
And I don't...
right opinion. No.
Exactly. It's the right opinion. But, okay, and I don't want this to come across as like we're against remakes and sequels. We're not. If done well, the remakes can be great. I think there is a time and a place to do remakes of certain movies and even sequels. It's just how they're doing it. I want them to do new ideas. Like so far, like most of the Disney live action remakes have had added something that I really like. With Beauty and the Beast, there was that extra song by Beast where he basically just kind of had its own inner turmoil, just accepting the fact he does love Belle. He gave him that song. I really liked that song. I thought it was a great addition.
That's actually really cool, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
See, I never watched it.
Yeah, like that movie bugs the crap out of me. You know Gaston's little sidekick.
Yes.
But he's gay, and me telling you it's not a spoiler because he is
Yeah, the
in
sky's blue.
yeah he is annoyingly in your face gay in that movie, and no one seems to have a problem with it. Like it was like, oh, can you believe he's gay? Really, really? I couldn't fucking tell. I couldn't fucking tell that half. You know what Lafitte is in that? You know in Deadpool and Wolverine, that dude. There was this whole joke was how he had a little bit of a chub seeing Wolverine and Deadpool without a shirt on.
Uh-huh.
That is Lafitte's character. That for 2 fucking hours. Like,
I see.
that and an accent, and it's just good. You're that kind of gay.
Well, wasn't it because Disney was in there trying to tout, like, posturing to be like, oh, look, see, we have gay character, and it's not even like a main character.
Right. That's
They did it. They basically did it for brownie points to say that they do what they always do with their characters that they try to be diverse with. They're not even a main character.
Yeah.
And again, back to the whole, hey, let's put the bare minimum of anything worth it just so we can get that demographic into, because I thought that was a big controversy. It was just like, it was because it was like, it was in your face, but it was also like, oh, like, look at us, see, they're gay, elbowing your side the whole time while the character was on screen. And it was just kind of like, this doesn't feel genuine. This feels like you're really overdoing it, and it's almost to the point of being offensive, if we're being honest.
He never felt like a character. He felt like a caricature, and they shouldn't go for that.
Which is worse. Which the point being that's worse.
And I said,
then it's just like, you could just absolutely just have it in there and not be the only thing they have going.
There's good stuff in the sequels. To that point, each one does something a little different. Aladdin, I will defend that because I do like how they explored more of a connection with Aladdin and Jafar. How Jafar kind of had a rags to riches story, and he basically swindled his way. And he was.
I remember you telling me that.
And he was kind of low key, like doing like a backhanded lesson to Aladdin to be like, "This is how you got to get to the top," kind of thing. So they had more of an understanding. I think that adds a lot to the dynamic of all of the characters. Personally, like it's one of those like there's always one thing in these movies that like I think is a good addition. I just wish that that one addition didn't come at the cost of everything else. I want to like live action remake. I will give some of these a chance maybe when it comes to Disney, but the more the time goes on, Disney is kind of, I don't know, man. There's not a lot of Disney movies that I can confidently say after D23 I would go out of my way to see. I think the only ones right now, just based off of hype, is probably Zootopia 2, maybe Mandalorian and Grogu. And Skeleton Crew. Like those 3 things. Everything else, you gotta convince me.
You can keep it. I will not be seated.
Yeah. And if you want to protest these movies, that's the best thing you could do. Don't buy a ticket. Don't watch it on Disney Plus. Stream End? Oh no, we're still going on because we talk about trailers. Like I said, we just had a lot of talk about D23, and I think we got other trailers that have nothing to do with D23. So D23 talk is over.
It's over. It's done. Now you have to listen to us talk about other shit.
Yeah, no, if I recall my order of slides from here on. Oh, just having issues? Oh, probably just having issues.
Yeah, it looked like it was buffering there for a bit, but I think it was also
might have.
I think it was ads coming on and it was having trouble with that. But I mean, I reset it and we're good to go now.
Oh, okay.
At least I think so.
Okay. Let me make sure. Alerts here. Yeah, I got no. Yeah, it's probably just the ads buffering in. Because I got no.
Because Twitch is a fuck.
Twitch is a fuck.
Twitch is a fuck.
I think it is Twitch because every time I upload it to YouTube, it's But um, but no, the other trailers I have generally positive viewpoints on, and then once we get to the recent stuff and Roger Corman, it's just gonna get to fun. So all the negative out of the way. I let's get back to fucking reality a bit.
Let's be more positive now.
Let's be more positive. There is a trailer that came out. This is one's recent. It's called Wildwood. If you didn't watch this little, it's a short. It's more of a teaser. But if you didn't watch the trailer for Wildwood, I am a sucker for Leica films. Have you seen those like Missing Link and Paranorman?
So I've watched Paranorman. I've watched Kubo and the Two Strings is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
What else do they do? Obviously Coraline.
They did Coraline. They did one recently called Missing Link, which that movie is funny as hell. If you haven't watched it, Missing Link is really funny. Like they go to the apes, like, whoa, what the city of Shangri-La? We don't call it Shangri-La. We call it oh, what does that mean? It means get out. We hate you.
I actually didn't. Yeah, no. I know I was still working at the theater whenever Missing Link came out, and I was just like, oh, okay. I hope it does well. I mean, I'm sure that, like it always does well, because like that's what happens when your dad is the fucking CEO of Nike. So every movie you make is a passion project. You can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any Leica films, other than maybe like Coraline and Paranorman, actually made a budget or a profit.
And no, I don't think they did either. And it's a shame because I like all of them, like at least a little bit. So they're
fantastic films.
Yeah. So when they're announcing there's a new one called Wildwood, the only preview we have is "Don't go past the woods," and we have this creepy looking owl. And knowing Leica films for what they are, for all we know, this owl character, that he could just have resting bitch face, and his name is Gary or something. Just hey, I want some soup. We don't fucking know. It's a big wild card kind of a thing with Leica films, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't know, like it says, look up Wildwood. Could be a ton of fun.
Now that I know that's a Leica film, I'm definitely gonna go watch the trailer for that now.
Like I said, there's not much to it, but just yeah. Now, Raven the Hunter. How did that trailer make me want to watch the movie?
I kind of want to go see it now because they had the trailer for that in Alien today. And I was like, wait, this movie's gonna be R-rated? And I was like, oh fuck, yeah, this movie's gonna be very R-rated. Holy shit. It's gonna be very interesting because Sony has proven they cannot do fuck all with anything of the Spider-Man IP that they have.
Yeah.
Because good God, Madam Web was awful.
I've only seen the clips of the bad ADR, and I refuse to watch that movie.
Oh my God, that's just barely the tip of the iceberg too. Is the bad ADR, and everything else that they've come out with. Like, I hate being that guy, and I don't want to keep being negative, but I don't think the Venom movies are that good. They're no better than the fucking schlocky comic book movies we got in the early 2000s, but for some reason people love them, and I don't know why. Maybe I guess I'm the negative one. I'm the negative Nancy. I don't know.
I think what it is people are nostalgic for that era of movies, and because it's harkened back to that, they just give it a pass. I don't know.
Probably.
I know these movies,
I still freak the fuck out with the cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I mean, obviously there it is for someone, but maybe it just wasn't for me.
Ooh, here's a tangent again. I don't want to be negative. Fuck the current advertising for Deadpool and Wolverine. Fuck it sideways. I don't know why Ryan Reynolds approved. Have you seen the recent advertising for that movie?
I guess they're just showing. I guess because it's like, well, it's already out. We might as well just
the advertising gives away
show it off
every, and I mean every, cameo and twist.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, well, because I mean, everyone's already talked about it now, so it's like if you haven't been spoiled already, well, that's crazy that you haven't. That's why I was like, I need to probably watch this like the hour it comes out.
And I know it's on the internet, but like, least show some decorum and like not put it in the legit fucking advertising, because now people won't want to watch it again.
I don't know about that. I mean, I still want to watch it again. I saw it twice.
Yeah, but I also know people who.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, though. I mean, it's just like, yeah, on one hand, come on, really? Like, come on.
It's a
But
dumb
no,
thing.
no,
I probably
agree.
shouldn't be kind of upset about it. But anyway, back to Craven the Hunter. I'm with you. The Sony movies, they do not have a good track record. If I were to buy into the hype of any of these movies, Craven is it's looking the best, but that is a low bar.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I get that's the best way to put it. Is like, it looks better.
Also, again, I'm a sucker for good music, and that Johnny Cash song in the trailer, ooh,
I do like me my Jonathan Cash.
oh yeah,
I do like it when the man comes around.
when the man comes around. Also, Rhino, and he doesn't look like fucking Russian dude in a robot suit or whatever Paul Giamatti was doing in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh my god, that's right. That happened in that movie. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, it's also like really fucking weird that, you know, it's just a guy transforming into a rhino.
Yeah. The
But
best,
I mean,
the best Rhino
looks,
to me.
I think it looks kind of rough, but like, you know what? It's a Sony Spider-Man villain anti-hero thing. We'll roll with it.
I think the best Rhino, just design wise, is actually if you played the Spider-Man like PS4, PS game.
No.
The Rhino they have in those games, I think that should be the Rhino we design and strive for the future. Like honestly, for all the villains in that Spider-Man game, they look good. Like they look good.
I'm all curious. Let me look.
Like I know there's a lot of shit talking about Miles Morales' new suit at the end of Spider-Man 2 because of the hair. But no, like the villains, man, they made Taskmaster look sexy. They made Villain look intimidating. Rhino looks fucking threatening as all get out.
Oh, Rhino does look pretty cool.
That's
like little Bane.
Yeah, that's basically
little
what
Russian
he is,
Bane.
though. Like he's little Russian Rhino Bane. This Raven the Hunter looks good. Like I just want to go into this movie and just have a good time. And this actor, they did get a good actor for Craven. Like,
oh, I love that actor. No, he's great.
And this could turn into a situation when he carries the film because of just how well he's acting, and that seems like it's going to be the case. But if Iron Man told us anything, like as long as the headliner character carries the rest of the film and the rest is at least pretty good, we're gonna get a good enough movie out of it. And that's what I'm hoping for. I want this to be good enough, and if it's better, great. But we'll see. We'll see with Craven the Hunter. Win or Lose. Have you seen this trailer?
Win or Lose?
Yeah. I think it's called Win or Lose. Oh God, I had the title.
No, I have not. Was this a?
I don't believe it was at D23.
I have not actually seen this at all.
So I want to see this because, and it's only because after watching the trailer, I'm kind of unclear on what direction they're taking this story. And both directions seem interesting to me. Direction one, because this is a very bombastic kind of animation style, things are a bit weird. One, is this actually like a story of a bunch of kids with like superpowers and just like in a weird world, just trying to be normal playing a game of baseball? Or is this literally just like a Sandlot thing and all this weird stuff happening is just their imagination and the movie's going to go through each kid as they hype up for the game in their own way? Either way, I'm kind of down.
Okay.
Like I can't tell from the trailer. That's kind of a good thing. Like give me enough to think about it. But this looks fun. Like a fun, solid kids movie, and I'm always happy to see those. Just, you mentioned earlier about like new original ideas. This looks like a new original idea.
Yeah.
Just more,
Okay.
more.
I'll have to watch the trailer now.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea this existed.
Oh, yeah. It's worth a watch. It looks fun. Like I said, I'm not clear which way the story is going exactly, but I am interested in either direction. It looks a ton of fun. That's going to bring us to. Oop, I heard that. I heard that. Windows. Calm down. New and recent films. There's a section of this that I do want to taper off, talk about my own thing. Before we do that, there's a movie we both saw that I know you want to talk about.
We did see a film, huh?
We saw a movie that I know you want to talk about. I know you want to talk about it.
I do want to talk about it. I also don't want to get too spoilery, but I do want to talk about it. I mean, I guess we could. All right. Has everyone watched Alien Romulus?
No, yet.
Sound off in the chat. Has everyone watched Alien Romulus? Because if you haven't, spoiler-free review, it is the best one they've come out in a long-ass time.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it.
It easily is. I'm trying to debate. I might like this more than the first one.
Bro, it is.
It's
three
damn
for me.
It for sure.
I mean, obviously top 3 being Alien and Aliens, but like, fuck, dude, I don't know if I like it more than the 2 originals.
Because it's not above Aliens for me. It's not above Aliens for me, but Alien, because of the kind of movie it is, I think there's a recency bias, and I'll put it just below it. I know, watch Alien movies, they needed passports. Oh yeah, the spoiler for your review. I'm gonna try and be not as spoilery as I can. This is a very good movie, but
it is what Prey did for Predator movies, this movie did for Alien movies.
Oh, and more, in my opinion.
I would, and I'd argue even more.
Without spoiling it, whether or not you just love this movie or just kind of like it is going to be determined by how you feel about the last 20 minutes.
Yes.
Like
because I was already on the edge of my seat the whole time with how much I loved it and how intense it was. The last 20 minutes of that movie is the most batshit. I think I was saying what the fuck to myself the whole time. The more it went on, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Because I mean, it's one of those things where it's like in all Alien movies, it's like, the movie's not over yet. It's like they got to do one more thing. But what they do in that movie is way just like, let me tell you, I put this on my Letterboxd review. I've never been reeling from a film like hours after I got out of it in a long time, and this movie did that to me. Because even like with the last 20 minutes, like the rest of the movie is so fucking good and intense, but just it's a fucking wild ride, man. And it's like it is a good ass sci-fi movie. Here's the other thing. You don't even know shit about the other Alien movies either.
You don't.
It helps. You'll recognize things, but otherwise, like as a sci-fi movie that stands on its own, fuck, it's intense.
Yeah, it's not required viewing, but it's helpful viewing. One thing I was telling you earlier, and I do stand by this assessment. To me, this movie is the missing link of the Alien franchise because it ties together concepts and explains so many details, connecting literally all of the other movies in a way that no other movie could. Prometheus. Like, everything now feels like it's part of the same story, and that's wonderful.
Yeah. No, it very much does. I agreed with you. I agree with you on how it ties everything together because it does a really good job with that, and you're right, does it way better than Prometheus and Alien Covenant. And honestly kind of irritated by all that everyone is now acting like Prometheus and Alien. Like Prometheus is a very split movie, right? Only
Yeah.
because it feels like you either loved it or you hated it. And
So
I'm definitely, but I'm in this weird spot where it's like I liked concepts of the movie, and I think it's fantastic for the lore of the Aliens
yeah,
films. I hate the movie and how it makes the plot points move along.
I,
It is this is the best way I can explain it in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. I know some people love Prometheus. I didn't. I think it is high concept B movie.
yes,
Is the best way to put it.
You know what? No,
It is
that's
high
perfect.
concept B movie.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it because I'm with you. I don't hate Prometheus. I kind of like it, but God, the faults in that movie. I hate that things happen in the movie just because for no reason at all. This character is going
Because
to act stupid.
Because
Yeah,
characters are stupid. Because everyone's fucking stupid.
yeah.
Hey, I'm on this new alien planet. Let's go inside this cave. I'm gonna look in that fucking weird ass egg thing. I'm gonna put my hand in it.
And you know what was refreshing despite Romulus being full of kids? They weren't stupid.
Yes, that was my favorite part of the movie. Is that not only like they solve problems in the best way they can. Unfortunately, those solutions have consequences, but that adds on to more of like what goes on in the rest of the movie, and it's great. And it doesn't make you go, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?" Maybe there's like a thing here and there where I'd be like, "Okay, probably not the smartest thing," but honestly, everything was so well thought out, and it made sense for a character in a situation like that, which is why people like Alien more than all the other ones, which is why that movie works so well, because it's just a bunch of space truckers just doing their fucking job and doing whatever they can.
Mm-hmm. And
to be fair, yeah, maybe you can argue that like, oh, but the thing you complained about in Prometheus, they do in the fucking first movie too. Yeah, but it was believable still. Like, I'm sorry.
To drive the
because
point home,
they're just normal ass people. But you're right.
Drive the point home, and this is a bit spoiler. Actually, yeah, no, this is spoilery. It's not of anything major, but there is one plot point that happened that I loved so much. Like when they looked at the cryopods for the first time, and they saw, okay, we have to get the fuel for them, and they closed it and cut to outer space, and it showed the thing was starting to fall. I was like, oh great, so that's now a lingering plot point. No, you know what happened right after that? The people in the ship were like, nah, let's pick up the cryopods before that. Acting
Smart.
rationally.
People thinking in a horror movie, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And having a good reason for things to happen, it's just a breath of fresh air, like, when it comes to horror movies like that. And it's like, that's what I wanted from the last two Alien prequels we got. Like this movie's fucking goated with the sauce. I literally have one negative thing about this, and honestly, I'm okay with mentioning. I guess I can mention it without mentioning who it is. It is literally the fact that they used AI deepfake to bring a dead actor back for a character that wasn't even the same character to begin with. That is the only negative thing I can say about this movie. Otherwise, this movie's fucking perfect. It's perfect. Everything down to the last minute detail. Like I genuinely never get blown away by a movie in a long time, but this movie is like, and I hate putting movies up on pedestals too, but like,
if there's a movie that deserves
good
to be recognized after just this mire of just bad to okay films, it's Alien Romulus. Like I said, I think it's recency bias that's telling me, I don't know, it might be better than Alien. I think if I give it time, I think it'll just be just below because of those. I'm with you. I have a little nitpick about Alien, but it has to do with the delivery of it. I've told you already, I don't want to spoil it. It involves the delivery of a certain line, and I wish it was changed slightly because the character who said it, I love the character who said it, but again, I don't want to get too spoilery.
yeah.
Like I said, the minor nitpicks, I'm sure if I let it simmer, I would put it just below Alien. But it would not be that far below Alien. Like, surprisingly, it's surprisingly close. Like Aliens is still like to me the tops of the tops. You're gonna have to do something magical if you want to dethrone Aliens. But Alien Romulus has the comfortable bronze, and man,
It's up there. It's
oh man,
really fucking up there. Not only as like a fucking alien movie, but as a sci-fi horror film in general.
oh, if we,
It's good. It's fucking good stuff.
it's good, it's crazy, it's wild, and y'all gotta go see it. It when see it no actually no see it in theaters. Don't wait for it to come to streaming. Don't get yourself to
Yes,
that.
actually go see it in theaters. Because they originally wanted to put this into streaming.
Oh hell no! This is a theater experience kind of movie.
Yeah, this was gonna get the same thing as Prey, and I'm thinking with how well Prey did, I think that's what this made Disney/Fox actually decide to go ahead and put it in theaters. And it's doing well. Apparently, it's made like $110 million so far on its opening weekend.
I hope it
on
makes
a
more.
fairly small budget.
I hope it makes more. But between this and like Godzilla minus one other movies, like I hope we're getting to the era of just people making just good movies with that small budget. Like they're more worried about making the movie good as opposed to making the movie expensive. Because I swear it's just basically a dick measuring contest. Well, my movie cost $300 million.
Well, they knew what to do. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like they knew what to do with their budget. They used it well, and goddamn, did they use it well? I guess as of right now, I think with everything, I think it's broken even. I think it's gonna do really well to the point where it's gonna be
For sure
quite a success. In which it's like, yes, give me more.
This might
also we stand Andy.
We stand Andy. If when you
Andy's
watch the movie,
best character.
He won me over in his first fucking lines, dude. Oh my god, it's like
yeah.
He started talking like, "You must be protected. I love you." DJ would love Andy. DJ would love Andy.
I just met this android, but if anything bad happens to him, I will kill everyone and then myself.
Yes. Yeah, it's worth it. Go see Alien Romulus. Now, if we keep talking about this, it will be a bit spoilery. I do want to take the reins a little bit. There was one thing I had the pleasure of participating in this past weekend. Talk a bit about. It's an event called Kaiju Go. We talked before about the theater, like we did our episode on what we want to see in theaters. We talked about theater experience. I briefly mentioned that the future of conventions is these smaller conventions that are kind of take place like in a theater or some other thing that's just a day thing. I still think that's true. And going to this event, it's just reaffirmed that because this event was a blast. I got to see 3 movies and some episodes of a show, which I shared with you the clips of Iron King.
Uh-huh. Those were clips. Yes, they were.
I'm not going to share the images here, but I showed it to another friend of mine with the positioning of the sandwich, and they just said, "Oh man, Mr. Fantastic wilding on that dude." But and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Oh fuck, I see it. But no, like the 3 things I saw, 2 of them were Godzilla movies: Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Godzilla vs. Biollante. Movies I've seen before. I always recommend Godzilla. They weren't the primary thing, but it was so wonderful seeing them in theaters. And before Mechagodzilla, they had basically people introduce the movies. I forget his name, but they had a wonderful gentleman introduce Mechagodzilla, just kind of going off about like how yes, it's easy to make fun of some of these movies. Yes, Godzilla movies are derivative, but there's a difference between good derivative and bad derivative. And like he was just kind of going off on like basically what a core belief I have. If the movie is fun and it's not really harming anybody by just kind of being self-referential or referencing the same or similar works by the same company, what's the harm? That seems like a fun, wonderful movie. And that's what Godzilla does. Like,
yeah.
Like but the other thing I saw, which I do want to talk more about, Because at some point during the event, I went into mini networking mode. I'm Bill Sutsi. Thank you, Griffin. I went into mini networking mode. I'm sure I was awkward as hell to the people around because I was like tiptoeing shit. But I basically just went around asking everybody, the guests, Mark Nagata, the showrunners. I found another wonderful person who does another podcast called Monster Movie Fun Time Go, and every event, every like person I met, I'm going to include the link to when I post this to YouTube. I encourage you to check out them out, and if you can, go to Kaiju Go next year. But we did the VIP stuff, and the event the movie we saw in VIP was called Ultraman 4K Discovery.
In 4K, they caught him in 4K.
Yes, it's one of those things that I was basically just tiptoeing like, am I allowed to talk about that? Because and as soon as I asked the showrunner that, I was like, dude, you can talk about all of it. We don't care. They're like, all right.
Cool. All right. Say no more.
I almost did just the Ace Ventura really, but basically what it is, they take 4 episodes of the original Ultraman and they compile it into kind of an anthology with new footage connecting the 4 episodes. It's basically themed around a theater where it shows you what you need to watch, and this girl walking in just trying to having questions about life, and this guy shows her key stories about Ultraman relating to life, like human life, alien life, etc. I'm gonna be honest. I think Ultraman 4K Discovery is a better introduction to Ultraman than Shin Ultraman.
Okay.
I think it is because
which is saying a lot because I kind of like Shin Ultraman.
I like it too.
As someone who's not even a big Ultraman guy, like
I do like it too.
With that movie.
I like it too, but like this shows the original series. They upped it a bit because it's Ultraman 4K Discovery. They polish the original stuff as much as they can, and everything in between is of course high definition, and you just kind of get just extra commentary from the in movie characters about what you just saw, about why certain things are important. In addition to the show, like it's not Mystery Science Theater; they're not talking over it. It's just a little scene with these characters. The show, another little scene, another episode, rinse and repeat until it ends. And it kind of gives you an idea. So this is what Ultraman's about, and they picked good episodes. Shua, yeah. But apparently what Ultraman 4K Discovery is, there's multiple collections, like multiple different films, each one doing different episodes or different series of Ultraman, different themes. Like this one we saw specifically was called Stories of Life. If that ever comes to DVD or Blu-ray or just some context in the States, I'm probably gonna get it. Like it was really worth a watch.
Okay.
Without going too deep into it, I am an ultra fan of Ultraman. Yes, I am also the ultra fan of Ultraman. You know, like if you ever see an event about like something you're a fan of, just and check all your theaters. Like this was at the Texas Theater in Dallas, but check any local theaters. Because apparently in October the Texas Theater is having an event for the anniversary of Mission Hill of all shows. I don't know if you remember that.
Really? Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I do.
Yeah, like
holy shit.
Yeah, the theaters and stuff will have these events all the time. Go out, look for them. And if you're at least vaguely interested in kaiju movies or want to go have a good time, as soon as Kaiju Go tickets go on sale, I'm going to be shilling them out on my Discord, maybe a little bit on the podcast or my stream. And of course, below, if you're listening to this on YouTube, I'm going to share links to everyone I met because again, there's another podcast called Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I listened to a few of there. It's really fun, really funny people. They're much better at time management than we are.
Yeah.
Because all their episodes are like 45 minutes to an hour and 15. Don't worry about what ours is, and we still haven't reached Roger Corman. But no, a lot of guys that do YouTube, sell toys. Mark and Max Nagata, who do you know what a Sofubi figure is?
No, and if you do, you clean it up.
No, it's
No, what
basically
is that?
it's a hand painted vinyl figure, and the draw with Sofubi figures is because each one is hand painted, each one is unique.
Okay, that's cool.
Like if like these are not like super high quality, they're just vinyl figures. But if you have a Sofubi figure, there's no other one like it in the world. They're just minor differences.
So that's why they're kind of pricey.
Correct.
So I'm seeing right now.
And you see some of them are like odd colors. Like if I see a hetero that's like orange and yellow or something.
Yeah, I'm seeing a Shin Ultraman that's 23-inch tall, and it's $499.
Yep, they are very expensive. I have one that cost. I'm not going to say how much it costed, but it's.
You know what? You don't need to know that. You just need to know it was a lot of money.
But it's a little tiny Baragon figure, and he's blue and red with a pink belly. He's a little cotton candy boy, and he's perfect. And no one will ever talk shit about my little Baragon boy. But no,
I love that.
These it's a wonderful event. I wanted to give a shout out to everyone who was there, and again, follow the links, check out the other podcasts, check out the other websites, check out Mark and Max Nagata, because they make these Sofubi figures and they're like the top of the top, and they're like the damn, their figures are good, dude. Like it's Godzilla's an expensive fandom, but man, it was a fun fandom. It's better this than drugs, I guess. But
damn those nerd hobbies.
No, I wanted to take a minute to talk about Kaiju Go. I wanted to make a slide because I have a lot of pictures, and I might make a little album to post in the description, maybe if I can compile it better. But there is some good stuff. Before I end there were two shows. I will talk a little bit about them. One is called Iron King. That's from the one I sent you clips of.
Okay.
That's the one that I figured out way later than I should have rewatching it. Oh, this is a comedy.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I didn't know if they were playing it straight or not.
I like because you saw that Kenshin Uesugi looking motherfucker, and it's Kenshin's like, what is this serious? I can never tell with these, and then the sub sandwich thing is like, it's a comedy. Got it. I understand. There's Petunia is also an expensive hobby, one that the company is neglecting. Oh, I have no idea what that is. I'll have to look into it. The other show that it's ringing in the back of my mind because we talked about Lion King earlier. Is it just called? There's a word before it. It's something. Yeah, Kaiketsu Lion Maru, like Lion dash Maru, or as I like to call him, Kamen Rider Kimba.
Okay.
Like if you look up this guy, it's basically based in feudal Japan, and this guy's like henshin or transformation is he uses a ninja art, and he just gets a lion head.
I'm with you. Like I'm holding your hand the whole time you're telling me this, and I'm with you.
But of all the shows I watched, this one does play it seriously, or at least to a point. This is still like 60s, 70s Japanese superhero show. There's going to be a bit of camp. There's going to be some silly stuff. But you know how there's some series of Power Rangers like Time Force that are, this is a kid's show, but I'm glad there's like a little bit of adult stuff and the characters are actually being serious about certain things.
Yeah.
I very much get that vibe with Lion Maru. So I'm just, and also it takes place in feudal Japan, which I just find generally interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely watch Kamen Rider Kimba. It's also he has a Pegasus that doesn't fly.
Love it.
Yeah, like he transformed. He had to go save somebody. He got on his horse, his wonderful Pegasus, and instead of flying to the person hanging off a cliff with Pegasus. He rides below them and then catches them while on the Pegasus. And this is like, this is old 70s. So these wings, I swear, are like paper mache and wire shit. Actually, no. I think it's like bed sheets. These are like not good looking wings, but it's like, whatever. You're like, have you looked up this guy's costume yet? Or do you see kind of.
Let me look it up. What was the name?
Look up Lion Maru. So Lion Maru.
Kaketsu Lion Maru?
Yep.
I have questions, and I might not get answers for him because I see right there in the third one him riding the flightless unicorn.
It's so...
I love the things that Japan creates. It has no... They are so unapologetic, and I cannot help but respect them because this is...
He's the ultimate furry superhero.
Yeah, no, he's a...
We'll come back to Furry Force on Fox. Oh, God.
I love it, though. Like, that's so... I got nothing to say. Nothing to say about it.
What can you say? Stuff in Japan is weird. I'm thankful for Kaiju Go for like showing me stuff that I had never seen before, and I love that even to this day, despite my like years of watching this weird stuff, that Toku can still surprise me with something weird and out there. And speaking of weird and out there, speaking of good transition as any, now our main topic. We're finally, I swear we were trying to wrap this stuff earlier, but D23 happened, Kaiju Go happened, I had to get all that in there so we can fully catch up. Let's talk a bit about Roger Corman. This wonderful, just the king of cult films. This guy has like the most fascinating IMDb page.
He really does. He's got like, being the gentleman he was. It's very funny since you brought it up, since you were looking at his IMDb, that he acted in quite a few films. And it makes me wonder, is like, so did he start off doing films and all that? Like, like everyone else does, like, being in them, and it was like, man, you guys suck. I want to make my own production studio where I can do whatever the fuck I want.
So I'm looking to see what he was doing first. Look, and so he did.
Wait, no, I see why. Because he taught those directors that he acted in those films with.
Oh,
that's why he's in Godfather Part 2. That's why he was in Silence of the Lambs. That's why he was in Apollo 13.
My God, it's next level nepotism. I mean,
it was like reverse right. It's just like, hey, teach. That's like asking my fucking art teacher to be like, hey, can you be in my movie? Because you, not my art teacher, but like my fucking acting teacher, my theater teacher. That's basically what you're doing. You're taking your theater teacher and putting them in your film because like, hey, I got a lot that I owe you. Can you please be in my movie just to do it?
The fact that the people he's worked with respect him so much to just want him in the movie, I think is a testament to just how good of a guy he must have been.
He must have been a fantastic human being. Like just an all-around great person to like hang out with and do stuff with, because like I don't really think you ever hear anything too negative about the films that he produced and all that. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot that probably went wrong. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. There a lot went wrong, dude. Come on, like, let's be brutally honest here. What all of us know Roger Corman for is his movies that are basically Sci-Fi Channel throwaways.
Yeah.
Because he genuinely loved making dumb movies. He just wanted to make dumb stuff for the sake of making dumb stuff. despite his massive talent. Like, this is an IMDb page that's so fascinating because on one hand you'd be like, oh, he was a writer of Little Shop of Horrors. He played FBI Director Hayden Burke in Silence of the Lambs, and he produced fucking Sharktopus.
It's a wild filmography he's got. Like, how do you go between so many things, like projects of varying quality? It's crazy. It's wild to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to like pinpoint. There's a lot of fascinating things you can't talk about. I was told about like recent films he made and recent. I don't want to broach this like I did with other directors. If I focus too much on the good side, I feel with him because there's so much, we'd be neglecting what I see as the bigger and more important side. It's easy to talk bad about movies like Super Gator and Cyclops and Death Race and Sting of the Black Scorpion, and so that are not good movies, but that's the movies he wanted to make, and let's be clear, he was the producer, not the writer. He was the producer. He fronted the bill from his company and his dime, and he's like, I just want to make some fun movies, guys. Who's in? Fuck yeah, Dino Shark.
Yeah, dude, we'll fucking be in that shit. Fucking Dino Shark, you kidding me? Because I'm sure like movies like that weren't being made.
Yeah.
Back in the day, for the most part, you know, it's just like it was like Hollywood was very like, I don't know, like respect. I mean, obviously you still had B movie shit. Like, I mean, the 50s had its own stuff, but it's just like it was very few and far between. Basically, the people who were making movies
Wait, what?
had a lot of money, you know? I guess like you basically needed to be there when it first happened. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. I'm looking. I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking through his filmography. I stumbled upon one. I love this title, and I'm looking at the IMDb and like, what the fuck? It's Aladdin and the Adventure of All Time.
I bet it's definitely one of the adventures of all time. That's for sure.
Like, I'm looking at the names of people in it, and a few names pop out. Like, what the fuck? Kathy Cavadini, Jim Cummings, Jim Norton.
A lot of gyms. Some of them coming.
Yeah, and then who the fuck's Danny Mann? I've seen this guy before.
Obviously, he's Danny. He's the man.
He's the man. Wait. Was Caltat? Wait a minute. Hold up.
Oh, Christ. It's animated? It came out in 2000?
Yeah. Guy did a lot of animated stuff. He doesn't just... I know I've heard this guy's voice in something. I'm trying to figure out what. He was in Happy Feet.
Don't you know? He was construction worker Steve and Up.
Yeah.
You remember construction worker Steve?
Who doesn't?
He was very important to the plot.
I know I've heard this guy. Like, I keep looking at Balto. Was he the villain in Balto?
I do see that he was in Balto, though.
Oh god. Anyway, I know I've heard this. Ooh, wait, no, that's a soldier. I saw Samurai Jack, and yeah. No, he's been in so much stuff that I've watched, and I can't place his voice. Including Aladdin, the voice of all time. The story of all time. No, okay.
The voice of all time.
The voice of all time. But no, like, I love the title, but bring it back. Roger Corman could just make movies like fucking Aladdin and the story of all time. And does he make good movies? I'm sure.
But they're entertaining.
Oh yeah, no. The vast majority of his movies are fun to watch. And in preparation of this, I don't know when I got this or why I bought it, but I have a copy of Sharktopus. And I
See, this keeps getting brought up, and you look it up.
it's It's exactly what you think.
versus Whale Wolf
Yeah, dude.
and
Terracuda.
Terracuda.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's a Sci-Fi Channel movie on crack. It's bad.
Bro, the fucking like box art for this. Casper Van Dien was in it. Christ Almighty,
yeah,
dude, this looks awesome. No, like the
Dude.
fucking box art looks like a D&D like thing.
it is. You know the quality of like the early 2000s Sci-Fi Channel movies that were.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, they're not good, but damn it, were they fun as fuck to watch. It is. It is that kind of movie in its purest form. It's not good, but holy fuck, is it entertaining.
I'm for it, dude.
Uh, what the fuck? The names of his movies: Attack of the 60-Foot Centerfold.
See, here's the reason why I respect this guy, because it's like he puts it right there in front of you. You know the movie, the title of the film, that's the film.
Yeah,
He doesn't lie to you. You know what you're getting into. At that point, it's your fault. You got that far into the credits.
yeah.
And you didn't, if to be honest, you know, it's just like you can't sit there and be like, oh, I didn't know what to expect of this movie. Yeah, sorry. Yes, you did. It's exactly what you my brother in Christ, it says on the box.
You go and watch these movies. You have to sign a waiver. It's like, listen, are you sure you want to watch this? The title is everything you're getting into. Yes, I want to watch it. All right. There's no complaining after that. You have signed the waiver.
You've done it. This is it.
God, there's so many. Purple. Wait a minute. I've seen Purple People Eater. I've seen this movie. Oh, fuck. Coral Childhood Memory Unlocked.
Is it based off the song too?
Oh, it absolutely. Look up Roger Corman's Purple People Eater. God, look at this weird ass Muppet. Holy
Duppy beater.
shit, core memory. Neil Patrick Harris was in this movie?
Bro, hell yes.
I'm gonna have to watch this again. Oh no. Okay, when we briefly
Little guy's kind
mentioned
of adorable.
it's adorable, but God, look at that smug little purple bastard. Like, I mentioned this
It
briefly.
has to be one of those things where it's like, you know, every actor has to get their start, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's I'm sure that's what it is.
I think this was Neil Patrick Harris's I Got a Job. Little Richard's in it as the mayor? What in the goddamn?
Dude, I mentioned before when they added him to the Roger Corman to the wheel. I've heard a story that people look at Roger Corman movies as somewhat of a rite of passage. Like every actor has been in a Roger Corman movie at some point. Honestly, the more of these I look up, the more I believe it. And then I compound that with I don't recall any actor or other director really saying anything bad about the guy.
Right.
Which, to get to a point in our modern culture where no one's really talking smack about you or wants to cancel you, and a lot of people want to
Yeah.
work with you and remember fondly when they did work with you. Like, I think that's the best thing to focus on, is that all evidence seems to point to Roger Corman was a great fucking guy and a great fucking person to work with. Like
It's
his
hard to ask for these days, apparently.
oh yeah. I didn't watch a lot of these movies. I didn't watch it. I also have Dino Croc versus Super Gator.
That sounds great.
Dude, oh yeah, no, like those are the movies that introduced me to him because I'm me and I have I love animal movies and creature features and all that shit. So if you send me like Sharktopus or just Raptor, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Grepter.
And okay, when we were talking bad about like trailers and things and news that bugs us earlier, we do everything out of love. Because
Yes.
We want movies
We're not
to
doing
be
it because we just want to hate. We're if you love something, you got to critique it. I literally said this earlier today to Bree.
Yeah.
Whenever we were sitting there talking about like some stuff, I was like, look, if you love it, you got to critique it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you know,
If you're following a fandom blindly and just loving everything they do just for this because it's the part of that fandom,
you get Disney movies.
yeah,
You get the modern Disney movies.
that's cultish. You have to hold this film company accountable. And I bring that up because not every movie has to be good. You look at Roger Corman's movies, I'm going to be honest, the ones that I watched, none of them I would really classify as more than just like, maybe if I were to put it on a tier list, I'd maybe put some of them in like a solid B. Most of them are like C or D. But damn it, they are carried wholly by how fun they are to watch. And you could just tell from watching it's just like Charles Band. You could tell that this guy has a passion for what he does, and he just wants to tell you all these fun stories. The difference between Roger Corman and Charles Band is Charles Band is basically has one box of toys and he's doing like the same few things over and over again. Roger Corman bought out the whole damn toy store, and every movie he went to a different aisle. And just like, now we're gonna make a princess movie. Now we're gonna make fucking Death Race. Now we're gonna.
That is amazing.
What?
He just bought out a toy store and was like, all right, here's how we're gonna get the most out of this while also like being as low budget as possible. Use a different aisle for every single movie for the next couple of movies.
Like, I didn't. That's the best analogy. That's the best analogy I could think of. Like, both of these are directors like to play with their toys. Charles Band is playing with all his toys in one box. Roger Corman's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna buy the whole damn store, and he's just going to town. And what are you gonna do? He owns a store. He's at least playing something different. There's variety in everything he has. You can't really hate him. And the important thing is he's footing the bill. Like as time went on, I my respect for this man has grown significantly. Because like no matter how bad his movies get, he made them with his passion. He foot the bill. He made a company, and nothing over these decades since the fucking 50s has stopped him from acting, writing, or producing. And that's inspirational as fuck. I just I know I talked on previous things about like Charles Band and whatnot. I admire him. I admire and respect Roger Corman more than most directors. And it's not about the quality of the films, it's about the quality of the man who made the film.
Yes, and that he was so genuine with what he made because he set out to make what he wanted to, and he did it despite budgetary constraints. He fucking did it. Didn't give a shit either.
And you mentioned like he was honest about all of his titles are honest, and you're right. Like if he's gonna make a movie about let's scroll down to the Club Vampire. Let's see. I wonder if that's about a club where there's vampires. Let's look at the synopsis. Oh, look at that! It's about it's a club with vampires.
Whoa!
Imagine
that.
Like, it's refreshing honesty as I love intrigue in movies as much as the next guy. I will happily watch movies like Glass Onion / Knives Out. I love speculating. I watch like game theory, film theory on YouTube. I'm part of that theorist community. I love trying to figure things out. But in spite of all that, I love that I could just like look at his movies and be like, I know exactly what this is, and I want to watch it. Like his movies were made for Blockbuster, and like
no, 100%. And I guarantee you, like, for those of you who know what a blockbuster is, at one point or another, you've definitely seen at least 4 movies that he's done, just sitting on there.
oh yeah. Fucking Carnosaur. I always saw Carnosaur on the shit. I forgot he did Fantastic Four.
The one that did, so that's the one that came out, right?
The 1994 Fantastic Four, he did that.
Okay, but did that one actually release or did it not? I can't remember.
It released, it looks like.
Really? I thought it wasn't.
Wait, did it? Hold up.
Fantastic Four, Rock Guy.
Okay, so it was never.
Yeah, it was unreleased.
It was unreleased. Okay, I forgot he did that, and it's a shame because
But
I'm going to
you can
be
watch
honest.
a lot of pirated copies. So
yeah,
because of course he's like, nah, fuck that. I finished the movie. Because you know he definitely leaked the movie. You know he definitely just gave it out.
of course. I mean, I hate how the Thing in Roger Corman's Fantastic Four looks better than Van Forstick's Thing. I hate how comic accurate this fucking is.
Right? Like the fucking forehead and everything. Like I know it's a dude in a suit, but like it looks good in certain lighting.
God damn it. Oh my god, the stretchy effects are so
You think Robert
wild.
Downey Jr. is gonna take the Doctor Doom in this and he'd be like, oh yeah, I only watched one movie. I ingested one piece of media to give me my Doctor Doom role.
I would love that
and
so
it was
much.
Roger Corman's Fantastic Four.
Dude, I would shit. Oh my god. I don't even know where like to start and end with his movies because
Apparently Mark Ruffalo auditioned to play Doctor Doom in that one.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck, dude! If he's not if Robert Downey Jr. isn't rubbing it in his face now behind the scenes, because you know he would.
Oh no, he would.
Dude, that's amazing.
Just a nice little bit of lore, a little trivia for you guys.
A little bit of movie trivia.
A little bit of movie trivia.
Nest. I've seen The Nest. A lot of movies that you don't realize he's a part of, especially older movies that aren't that bad. Yeah. He's in a movie called Cocaine Wars. I wonder what that's about.
Well,
there's wars and there's cocaine.
if we know our Roger Corman films, we know what it's about just from the title.
Oh.
Spoiler alert, I think it's about Cocaine Wars.
Oh yeah, he also did the 1978 Piranha.
Yes, but not Piranha 2. That was done by James Cameron, right?
Correct. Piranha 2, The Spawning.
Which is funny because I believe James Cameron did
what?
Like was on what wasn't he on? Wasn't the Galaxy of Terror a Roger Corman production?
Oh, was it? Oh fuck. Oh, I have to I'm gonna look that up real quick, and in the meantime, no. Oh boy, a bot.
Yeah, New World Pictures. Yeah, it was a Roger Corman film, and that's how fucking James Cameron got his whole thing.
Sorry, y'all. No patience for bots. I always autoban them. Sorry.
Yeah. Fuck bots. You want cheap viewers? We got them. We got them for free, idiot.
So
get out of here.
I'm looking through his movies. I may have found a Roger Corman title that if I ever wanted one of his titles to be literal, I want it to be this one because I'm confused. The title is
Continue.
A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich.
Uh-huh. So what's it about?
A troubled boy becomes addicted to heroin, and his mother and foster father help him fight it.
Okay. Sorry. I thought we were talking about Hero Sandwich, not
Holy
Cocaine Wars.
shit. Wait, is this a PSA? If this is a PSA, suddenly it makes more sense. Probably a PSA. Fucking Bill Cobbs is a bartender? Fuck yeah. God damn. Every movie, there's like some famous actor tied to it. Even the old... God damn it, Roger Corman.
That's so funny.
You've just secured your place in history as just the guy.
He's literally the guy.
Yeah.
He's him.
Yeah.
He's him, and he's going to continue to be him.
Yeah. I don't even know what else to add. Roger Corman, he's him. Watch his movies. They're not the best, but you're going to have fun. And actually, no, he has good movies. Like I said, he was in Silence of the Lambs. He was a writer for Little Shop of Horrors. He was in Apollo 13. I know that movie's divisive, but oh my god. I keep seeing the clip from Death Race and just him in this fucking Hunger Games frilly Elton John jacket. Keeps throwing me off.
Elton John.
What else was he an actor in? I'm gonna look at his acting credentials. The guy, Godfather Part 2, The Wasp Woman, a movie I haven't seen, but everyone says is like one of the like a classic in terms of like early horror. He was in The Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, no, when I saw that, I was the remake in 2004
Oh, okay.
of all things.
Yeah.
Watch, I made Roger Corman my Manchurian Candidate. Watch this. Blackjack. He just makes a film.
That's what he do, though. He says, behold, a movie.
Oh,
Creature from the Haunted Sea, Little Shop of... he was part of both versions of Little Shop of Horrors. That's awesome. You could buy me
How
a
about
cost a sanity point, but I normally throw out stream number 2. Okay, I could be here all day just going through his list, talking about how Great Octopus is. Let's just agree. Roger Corman, rest in peace, was a wonderful person and one of the few people truly deserving of just the title prolific.
yes. He was very prolific in a lot of people's careers. Just purely from the school that he started up and all the people that he worked with. Everything you've watched probably comes from that guy.
Yeah.
With how in one way or another, he was the reason why, we got Godfather. He's the reason why we got fucking Terminator. He is so prolific that he has his hands in so much stuff. He is the pie.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, everyone has their hands in the pie. No, motherfucker is the pie.
All roads lead to Roger Corman.
And that's why it's so important. And that's why it's so sad that he passed a couple months back.
In memoriam of Roger Corman, grab yourself a drink, watch yourself some Sharktopus or Death Race or something else that's fun as...
Or a little Shop of Horrors, something.
So, yeah, watch one of the good films.
Fantastic Four. He would want it.
Yeah. Dude, if they show a clip of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four before the new Fantastic Four movie, or just have it playing in the background, 10 out of 10. S tier fucking movie.
Absolutely. Like I would hope that like something like that would be in that movie. If just a little inkling, just a little something.
Oh, with that, I think now we can move on to, I guess, closing remarks, which isn't much. D23 is kind of. I left it kind of meh. I won't linger too
Yeah.
much because I want to at least end this somewhat positive. Sharktopus was indeed a thing. Sharktopus was indeed a thing. But we got a lot of trailers. Some of them look good. A lot of them I'm interested in. And
a lot of negativity, a lot of not really enjoying stuff, but
we got Alien Romulus and some good trailers. So you know what? Let's focus on the good stuff we're hyped about, and let's focus on the good stuff we had before, which again, all roads lead to Roger Corman. Yeah. Despite all the negative, we love film here. We dog on them because we want it to be better. And if a film has to be bad, make it Roger Corman levels. Make it at least fun. So let's go ahead and move on over to the almighty The Wheel. That's not muted. But first time viewers, to determine the topic of the next podcast, like I said, this time with Roger Corman, we have basically a handy dandy little wheel of topics. We spin the wheel, and of course, the winning thing is what we prepare next time. We watch movies in advance. A little bit of preparation. Most of the topics are the same. We have guilty pleasures, 80s horror, dinosaurs, what that means for what movies we talk about, totally on us. Despite his rage, he's still just Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
What the fuck did I just watch? I mean, that could mean anything. That's just a fun little topic I threw on there. Hand-drawn Disney films. We talked about approaching Disney in an earlier podcast. I still hold that has to be done in eras or segments. Doing the hand-drawn stuff first seems to be a better way to do it. Video game movies, because oh man, I got words about some of those. And in replacing Roger Corman on the wheel, in the spirit of D23, I added sequels. Just sequels, like
sequels, yay!
Yeah, and that's one that we could end up doing twice at some point. I already have plans to call like the second time we talk about sequels Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, because it's again low hanging fruit. But yeah, without further ado, let us spin the almighty wheel.
All right, wheel, show me what you got.
There we go. It was kind of muted, but no. Oh. Despite all of his rage, he's still just Nicolas Cage.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna take his face off.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, let's fucking go. I'm all about it. I'm gonna talk about nothing but fucking Ghost Rider.
Dude, I already know what movies I'm going to talk about, and I am excited to watch them again. Prep for this.
Speaking of John Madden, here's Nicolas Cage.
Right,
like it was meant to be.
Yeah, no, like all of these lead into each other pretty damn well, and I'm happy about that. I guess last thing I want to address on stream for future topics. I've had some people not in YouTube or just kind of people I know say like, you should doing another tier list. I want to get your thoughts on that because my thoughts are maybe after a bit because that last one took a lot out.
It did, but I'm definitely down for it at some point.
Like we
just have to figure out like which one it'd be.
Yeah, one that was suggested was in November doing a Godzilla movie tier list, which I'd feel weird doing that only because I don't know if you've seen the Godzilla movies, and I don't want to lead that comment.
Oh, dude, I've only seen the ones that like I'm gonna be honest. I've only seen Shin Godzilla, and I've only seen Godzilla -1. I've watched the 1999 or the Notzilla. I don't know what they call them. The American release one.
Yeah. It's called Godzilla, but
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of another one, but it's not coming to me. But those are the only ones that I've seen. So basically, no. Okay, no. I've watched a lot more than I think I have. I've watched basically a lot of the American ones, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of the Godzilla movies are kind of. I don't know if I would necessarily want as cool as fun as that would be to do in November during the G-Man's birthday.
No, put me through it. Fuck me up.
Do you want to commit to that now as our next tier list in November, or sometime in November?
I think we might have to, but you will have to like make time to like watch like some of the other ones.
Before you commit, I wanted to ask because the other thing I was thinking is more so than Godzilla, because of our topic of the last one. Another one we could do that it would be easier to talk about because we both have seen a lot of these is the Fox Marvel movie.
I wouldn't mind committing to that because that would be more palatable.
Yeah,
I think that'd be something I could do. Yeah.
How about this? We figure out a date later. Nothing committing for a tier list of the Fox Marvel movies. And in November, there will be an episode. It won't be a tier list, but it will be a Godzilla episode where there won't be a wheel beforehand.
Okay.
And I don't know what it'll be about. I'll figure it out. I'll see if I can.
That seems fair. Yeah. We won't commit to anything, but those are ideas that we could throw out, and I am cool with those.
Yeah. Nothing's set in stone. Those are ideas. And like I said, if we did another tier list, I want it to be one that we could both kind of weigh in on. That's why I was just like, as much as I want to do a tier list thing, for Godzilla, I have a feeling that might just be something I do when I start doing my like some separate solo YouTube stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like,
not committing a whole podcast few hours to it.
Yeah. As that one will be long because I won't shut up, and then you'll probably get bored and leave. But yeah, no.
Oh, you nerd.
Yeah. Nothing committed yet. We might do another tier list about the Fox stuff. That seems to be the natural progression. We will have a Godzilla episode in November, probably, once we kind of have an idea of what that is. But beyond that, tier lists like the last Marvel one, don't expect them like every other episode or something. It takes a lot out of us, honestly.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's one of those things that requires a lot of stuff on both our ends to do, mostly Kaiju Kid, because he's the one who has to put everything together. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And we have lives outside of this.
And look at my little
this isn't free.
Hands. Look at
I think our opinions are free too. The only free thing is our viewers. We don't have cheap viewers.
Pay me for my time. Subscribe today.
Subscribe.
Look at my little angular hands. You think I could type with 3 fingers?
You will subscribe to Kaiju Kid.
And like subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on Twitch. And because subscribing on Twitch gives me money.
Yes. If his hard work requires you give him money.
And then subscribe to KittyMan9000 on Twitch because he is super funny streamer, man.
Yeah, and I might get back into it because reasons. We'll see.
Good. Funny. Anyway, that's a good time to end. We'll talk to y'all next time where we talk about, despite all his rage, he is still just Nicolas Cage. Thank y'all for watching.
Nicolas Cage.